Good day and welcome to your tutors once again. My name is Yusuf Shululajani and I'm here to take on media policy. But today we'll be looking at dimensions of media policy. Dimensions of media policy. Media policy refers to the principles, frameworks, and regulations that governs the operations of mass media within a society. It demands how media institutions are structured, what responsibilities they must uphold, and how they into society and the economy. Media policies are influenced by various objectives such as national development, cultural preservation, democratic participation, and economic stability. These policies, however, do not operate in a vacuum. They are shaped by multiple interrelated dimensions, each playing a crucial role in ensuring effectively and responsibly in the public interest. So the main dimensions of media policy is what we'll be looking at today. And this includes the political, social, technical, administrative, legal, and economic perspectives. So we'll start with the first, which is political dimension. And what do I mean by a political dimension? The political dimension of media policy addresses the interaction and political power. It focuses on how the media contributes to the advancement or promotion of specific political ideologies and state agendas. This includes the government's intention in using media for political mobilization, auction of public policies, and shaping of public opinion in line with national objectives. In democratic societies that we have today, the political dimension ensures that media remain free to critique government actions and hold leaders accountable, while in authoritarian regimes, the same dimension may be used to justify media censorship and control. Thus, media policy today, within this dimension, reflects the underlying political culture and values of a society and it determines the degree of media freedom and independence allowed. And next one we're looking at is social dimension. And speaking of social dimension, the social dimension of media policy emphasizes the role of media as agent of social integration, cultural continuity, and community development. It examines how media serve the public by promoting national values, cultural cohesion. So, through this lens, media are expected to help build a sense of shared community by supporting local languages, traditions, and norms. This social dimension also considers how media can foster inclusive development by ensuring all segments of society, including marginalized or minority groups, are represented and heard. Social media policies typically guide the types of programs and content the media should prioritize to foster national unity, civic engagement, and positive behavioral change. And the next one we'll be looking at technical dimension. And speaking of technical dimension, it's a type of media policy. Technical dimension of media policy relates to infrastructure and technological requirements for effective media operations. It addresses the tools, the systems, the technologies that are necessary for media organizations to function efficiently. And this includes decisions related to spectrum allocation, broad transmission power, and digital migration. For example, in the broadcasting sector, the transmission from analog to digital systems and the regulation of internet based platforms are issues under this dimension. So, policymakers must ensure that the technical standards adopted by media organizations are up to date and accessible, particularly in reaching underserved populations in rural and remote areas. Furthermore, this dimension is crucial in pace with technological advancements that redefine how content is produced, how content is distributed, and consumed. We're looking at the administrative dimension. Speaking of administrative dimension, the administrative dimension of media policy focuses on the governance, internal structure, and managerial processes of media organizations. It aligns how media enterprises should be organized human resources in terms of decision making hierarchies, line of responsibilities, and operational workflows. So these dimensions also includes the role of regulatory agencies such as broadcasting commissions, or press councils in overseeing compliance standards. So, effective media policy in this area ensures that media organizations are professionally managed, they're transparent and accountable, with clearly defined mandates and operational guidelines. So it also supports capacity building of skilled personnel to enhance institutional efficiency. And the next one, which is legal dimension. The legal dimension encompasses the regulatory framework that defines the rights, responsibilities, and limitations of the media. It covers constitutional provisions such as freedom of expression, press, as well as specific laws related to defamation, obscenity, privacy, intellectual property, and national security. So this dimension ensures that the media operates within the bounds of the law while being protected from undue interference. Legal media policy also establishes licensing requirements, the content regulations, these mechanisms, and penalties for unethical or unlawful practices, particularly from the media point of view. It also seeks to strike a balance between protecting individual and collecting rights and upholding the freedom necessary for a democratic institution. Economic dimension, which is the last we'll be looking at today. The economic dimension of media policy deals with the financial sustainability of media operations. It explores how media organizations generate revenue, media organizations manage their resources, and also maintain financial independence. So these include advertising models, um, whether it is cost per click or CPM, government subsidies, public funding mechanism, and commercial strategies. So the economic aspect of media policy is crucial because it can compromise editorial independence, particularly when media rely heavily on government or corporate sponsorship. Sound economic policy should help provide an enabling environment for media organizations to be able to thrive while maintaining their credibility and integrity. And it should also address the challenges faced by community media and new entrants into the media space of ownership and promoting fair competition. So, in conclusion, speaking of dimensions of media policy is a multidimensional construct that integrates all of the aspects that we just discussed to create a comprehensive framework for media operations. So each dimension plays a pivotal role in ensuring that media fulfill their duties to inform, to educate, to entertain, and serve as watchdogs of the public interest. A well articulated media policy, therefore, should not only support the growth of a robust media sector, but also reinforces democratic governance, cultural development, and social cohesion. And we're having our assignment for this session as well. And the assignment reads: media policy is not a monolithic construct, but a convergence of interdependent dimensions that shapes the media's role in society. So, with reference to each of the six major dimensions that were discussed earlier, critically analyze how an imbalance or neglect in one of these dimensions could undermine the effectiveness of media policy as a whole, and illustrate your answers with practical examples from Nigeria or any media content.